There are many well-known habits people know they should never get into: drugs, drinking, gambling, etc. What are some less well-known things or habits that people shouldn't get into? Payday advance loans. Endless cycle. Don't get into the habit of regularly borrowing money and things from friends and family. My wife's parents keep asking us for money. And when we first got married, I cut the money train off. Her sister said, "I hope your ducking marriage fails because we wouldn't give her money to play bingo." Friend was cut off by his sister because he wouldn't give her money to go to the casino. She was going to win enough to pay her rent and he ruined her life by not helping. She forgot that she was on his cell phone plan. As long as she was cutting him out of her life, he thought that should include the cell phone. A huge family fight ensued and his mom told him that since she raised all the kids together, they were all responsible for each other. As the only one who went to college and had a career, she told him it was his job to support his 5 adult brothers and sisters. Even their kids routinely asked him for money. It took him a long time to realize that he did not have a healthy relationship with his family. His mother basically calling the rest of his siblings worthless bums didn't ring any bells. Eating when you're not hungry. Boredom eating is the worst. I try to drink water when I'm wanting to eat but aren't hungry. The water fills me up and then I don't have room for food. Good tip, but it turns out I am an endless void and water does nothing, such as life with an oof. I have the same issue with water not filling me up, so if I can't resist the urge, I snack on celery. It's extremely low calories, good water content, and requires a lit of chewing, so it satisfies the snacking urge. If you don't like the taste of celery, I actually do. A little lemon juice, hummus, or low sugar sodium sauce helps. Forgetting to brush and floss your teeth. Easy to forget but very important to do on a regular basis. Edit: wow, this really blew up while I was asleep. I'll try to reply to all the comments I can. Also, thanks for the gold. Nothing like a $3,000 root canal to remind you. Edit: I got the price between this and getting a wisdom tooth removed confused. Fixed. Australian here, and that is some crazy cheap root canal. Your posture. Please take care of it. Edit: this video is a great exercise. If you do it the correct way, you will see improvement. Guiltily unslouches. Re-slouches 4 seconds after scrolling away from this post. Well, you didn't have to call me out for it. Microtransactions, 99 cents here, $4.99 there, $9.99, etc. adds up fast. Edit: for those commenting on the irony of someone giving me Reddit gold silver. The irony was not lost on me. I do appreciate it though. First time I've received either. Thank you, kind strangers. I learned this the hard way in my early 20s. I cringe when I think about how much I spent on lots of small, stupid shit. League of Ever Ducking Legends. I think I bought every new character and their first skins for the first 2 years, plus experience boosts, rune pages, etc. I looked at my total for that time. It was not pretty. Quit soon after. I have a friend who sunk thousands of the game, yet no longer plays it. I put a 1,000 in from 2010 to 2016. If you do the math, it's cheaper than playing WoW, $15 a month, at least that's how I justified it. I also played WoW during that time though, lol. Mindlessly browsing YouTube at night when you know you should go to bed. I'm so guilty at this one. Yet I keep doing it. I can't remember where I picked it from, but a great rule I follow is never stay up late to do something you wouldn't get up early for. There are very few things I would get up early for. Eating is entertainment. When the answer to "I'm bored" is "what snacks do we have?" it's trouble. Edit: to be clear, it's the eating for entertainment that's trouble. Cooking for entertainment can be fun and healthy. Edit 2, silver, cool. Thanks, anonymous Redditor. My sort of solution to this is cooking whatever I eat. I put a laptop in my kitchen for entertainment and intentionally prepare something that takes quite a while. I am not a good cook, but I'm slowly learning, and even if what I end up eating isn't perfectly healthy, it's better than grabbing a bag of chips or something. Worst case, if I make myself a cheeseburger and some sort of potato side dish, it's better than hopping in the car and running to McDonald's. Procrastinating. Edit: Imgur.com. How would one go about breaking the habit of procrastinating? If Teresa method, it would help me a ton. Mindless, regular purchases. Regular Starbucks, or smoking, or eating out gets very expensive. Several hundreds of dollars a month really adds up in a year and a lifetime. Ex-smoker here who has saved an estimated $5,675 since March 2017 and cutting out the daily trip to the 7-Eleven also tends to cut down on unnecessary drinks and snacks. Office gossip and shit talking. At my first job as a designer at an ad agency, there was a day when there was some shit going down between two of the department heads. I was new and found it fascinating and started to chat with my art director about it. That lasted about 3 seconds before he turned to me and said, "It's all bullshit, and we aren't discussing it, nor should you ask anyone else. You're not being paid to gossip and neither am I, so let's both just get back to work." He said that quietly and with a grin, so there was no ruffled feathers, but he was right. And I can't tell you how much I appreciated that. All these years later and now I'm the creative director. And I still follow that advice. Don't participate in office gossip. Steer clear of people that do. Do the work. Be nice to everyone. Thanks so much for all the responses, everyone. And big thanks for the gold. I'll pay it forward. You folks are great. I've really enjoyed reading all the great responses. Lying. It's so easy to start fabricating small lies here and there. Makes life more interesting, doesn't it? Then suddenly you're speaking in a British accent for years to your wife who you told you were a millionaire and the tax man is coming tomorrow and the web of lies will shatter and fall. My friend's sister spoke at her wedding with a French accent. She is not French at all, doesn't even speak the language fluently, but spent some time in Paris just prior to the wedding. I hated it at the time, but now I just love that I have this bizarre memory like I was in an episode of The Office or something. Edit, I should clarify, she did the maid of honor speech with the crazy fake accent. Holy shit, I didn't realize actual people who aren't in sitcoms do stuff like this. I got stuck speaking in a deliberately bad Russian accent for like 2 months, after I pranked a batch of new kids by speaking in a clearly fake accent and getting progressively more insane about it. Out of 16 of them it took them 5 weeks to figure it out. My default suffix to every sentence became like bear and I didn't stop saying neat for like 4 more months, it was so ingrained. I knew a kid in American college who had spent a couple years in Australia and would bizarrely get stuck in it if someone with that accent spoke with him or got him to speak that way. It was really funny. I do that. I mimic accents so hard without thinking about it. Since enough people have pointed it out, I am aware enough to stop myself. But it's so hard. On the upside, whenever I learn a little bit of another language, my pronunciation is usually excellent. Tolerating friends and family that drain your energy, lie, and refuse to reciprocate. I had this epiphany in my early mid-20s, and I honestly thought that being around people just made you feel drained and stressed out. I really identified as an introvert. 10 years later, my life is so much better without the dead weight, and I actually enjoy the company of people I surround myself with. Automatically thinking negatively about things. Also complaining. Nothing wrong with some ranting, but when all you do is complain about everything, it's really draining to everyone around you. I have a friend who just never seems to have anything nice to say when I see them, always has a new disaster in their life to complain about. I know firsthand that constant bitching about everything is addicting, and after some time I started to annoy myself and had to make some big changes. Unfortunately, my mother never got over this. Everything is a crisis. And I have anxiety and a difficult time dealing with stress because of it. Always having to feel like walking on eggshells for normal, everyday stressors. I realized a while ago that she never learned to cope with stress and became addicted to being angry and complaining instead. Are we siblings? I used to have anxiety just waking up in the house because I felt the minute my parents realized I was awake they'd find something to be angry about. I had the ability to pinpoint their exact location via sound at all times and know based on previous patterns of movement which moment is best for me to go out of my room. Complaining. But what will Britain do to replace such a national treasure? We've still got queuing, you'll never take that away from us. Saying yes to people even when you want to say no.